Today I share a message, a plea to the world. We have come to a point we've never had to face in our lifetimes, where there are very real threats to our sustainability and the earth that is our home. The challenges are daunting, seemingly insurmountable, yet I believe we've been given this moment as a turning point. It's about fully realizing this, that our existence is deeply connected to the nature of our relationships with all other beings, human and non-human. How we regard and treat our fellow earthlings, the attitudes we hold towards them, and the places they have in our lives. My purpose is to bring about conscious global awareness of the most destructive act on the planet, the domination and exploitation of non-human animals, mostly for food, but also through the entertainment, research, and clothing industries. Yes, we rightly fight against human discrimination, but the injustice of animal exploitation is just as insidious, if not more, for behind the deeply ingrained acceptance of using animals lies a mechanized system of industrialized violence kept out of public view. This is not a side issue. It's mass cruelty inflicted upon innocent beings that surpasses all other deaths by an astounding magnitude. The total number of humans who have ever existed is about 108 billion, yet every single year we exploit and kill over 60 billion land animals and 3 trillion sea animals. The reality of nature is that all our actions have consequences upon the world around us. If we harm others, we also harm ourselves. The commodification of animals, expected to only grow, takes a staggering toll on the planet. Animal agriculture is a major driver behind global warming, climate change, and increasing catastrophic events, deforestation, drought, soil erosion, and desertification. It's a leading cause of air and water pollution and decimation of sea life. The livestock industry is the #1 cause of habitat and species loss, occurring at a higher rate than at any other time in human history. We are but one of the roughly estimated 8 million animal species on this planet, yet we are the ones responsible for what is now aptly named the Anthropocene, the 6th mass extinction. 1 million animal and plant species now are at risk for extinction. Sadly, we remain emotionally detached. The loss of our kindred animals goes unnoticed. They become little more than statistics, relics in a museum. Who mourns for them? And what of our own survivability? We've come to a point of reckoning about the perils of consuming animals. Overwhelming scientific evidence points to significant health risks, an alarming rise in obesity worldwide, and the horrific conditions of factory farms are breeding grounds for disease and antibiotic-resistant bacteria. And we're facing the dire global pandemic of coronavirus COVID-19, the latest of several infectious diseases that can be traced to animal exploitation. The damage of animal agriculture is a symptom of something much deeper than its physical effects, for it is a denial, a contradiction, and a betrayal in the most violent way of our most precious and powerful instinct, compassion. Our ability to feel for others is at the center of our hearts. Certainly many of us, especially those of us with companion animals, would say, "I love animals." Yet in what is the greatest cognitive dissonance of our time, society turns a blind eye to the billions of animals who suffer a brutal death, It's an invisible thread in our lives, so deeply embedded that most of society never questions, let alone gives thought to it. So it is time to open our eyes, our minds, and above all, our hearts. When we hear their cries, it pains us at the very center of our being. For if we were in their place, we would, as they do, suffer and fight for our lives. Are we willing to admit our complicity in the starkest violation of the golden rule that society's consumerism enables harm we would never wish upon ourselves, and for which there is no moral justification? And this is the question so easily avoided that we must collectively ask. Are the satisfaction and pleasure of our taste buds justification for this? We must have the courage to look and feel and dissolve society's numbness and indifference to the killing of our fellow animals. We want to turn away. Why? Because of our immense capability to love. We're filled with the same life energy that we see in our fellow animals' eyes. We love our family and friends. We play. We all age. We want to protect our babies. Yet did you know most animals in factory farms are babies when they are slaughtered? We all cry and we mourn. Turning away from the mass slaughter of animals will be a revolutionary kindness. Revolutionary because it will be unprecedented, man's greatest act of compassion. Within this lies a true evolution of our human spirit as we move beyond self-interest and material gain. We end the ravages upon our planet, instead regenerating and preserving its many gifts. We expand the rising awareness that food should be healing and not born of violence. We find strength and common purpose through our diversity and embrace a new vision that respect, compassion, and love for our kindred beings is central to a path of positive change on our planet. A more peaceful world, it's not beyond our grasp. It's about this simple yet powerful truth that we are all connected. We can answer the cruelties of the world with kindness. It all begins in our hearts.